Broncos loss was the worst loss of the year for the Giants. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, this team fucking sucks, and they smoked us.
You guys gave them.
Yeah, I know we gave the ball away 5 straight times, but still, like, sometimes when you look at it that way,
yeah,
it was just
you're like,
nuts.
Jesus.
Let's talk about the Giants. My Monday winner, -7, the Eagles. Called it, knew it. I know my team. I know when to bet on them. I know when to bet against them, especially when they go in Philly. George, they have now lost 13 straight times in the city of Philadelphia. And not only that, anytime they fucking play in the link, something bad happens, and we lost to your boy Scotty Boo. Even though he's my running back, he's your boy because you were hyped.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, rip it up.
He had scored a touchdown early. You know, the parlay was live going into those afternoon games for the parlay that George put together. Devastating injury. You know why? Because, like, the Giants, for as bad as they are, 2-6, the spark that he created with Dart, you were like, yo, at least they're entertaining. They're dropping 30 balls. They're fun. They're, you know, they got the crowd. Like, he's like the heart and soul of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to go out, and that was a gross injury. You know, it's catastrophic when they're like, yeah, we don't want to show you this one.
For sure.
They don't want to show you. You have to go on the internet and Twitter and all that shit to look at the injury. The ankle looked like the Tyreek Hill shit, because I know you were driving back from where you were going, and I was like, man, Scotty Boo is out for the year. And you're like, yo, what happened? I'm like, the ankle looked like it was dangling like Tyreek Hill. You're like, oh my goodness. It was rough. It was rough. It sucked, but you know what? It was, I kind of expected it, man. I'm not even going to get into the officiating. Like, yeah, a couple of bad calls towards the Giants. I think they robbed Darius Slayton of a monster touchdown on Mitchell. They called offensive pass interference, which was an awful call. They've called way worse. And that was a great throw by Jaxson Dart. But to me, after that injury, you're like, yeah, it is going to get ugly. And, of course, Saquon Barkley was running wild. You knew that was coming because he didn't have that, like, pop-off game. First carry, takes it for 60-something yards, scores a touchdown.
I tailed you on that. I should have made it one of my bets for the show, but I definitely put in Eagles alternate spread -13.5. It's kind of like my new, like, I want to be able to predict the ass whoopings inbound, and that one, regardless if Scotty Boo is still in that game or not.
Yeah.
The Eagles would cover, but yeah.
Yeah. The Scotty Boo injury didn't prevent them from getting their ass whooped. I'm just saying, like, the morale, like, Dart looked like he was going to have a mental breakdown because that's his boy too. You know, to see your boy like that, and you know, after the game he took responsibility because he made a high throw, but like that was one of those freak accidents, man. You can't really blame him too much. But listen, bro, I'll tell you one thing. Jaxson Dart made a couple of throws in that game where you're like, yo, bro, he threw a sideline pass to Theo Johnson that he dropped, and you're like, that's a 8-year vet, 2-time MVP type of throw. Like, he threw, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna post that right now when you guys are watching this right now. It was a fucking dime, bro.
Back shoulder fade?
Nah, it was just like a wheel up the sideline to Theo Johnson, and like he was covered, and then the safety was coming in.
It was a cover 2 type thing where the corner went up with him, and he had to thread it. Yeah. Ooh, those are my favorites. Yeah,
man. And look, like he battled adversity too, you know, like he got sacked 5 times. But he added a touchdown. You know, he had a touchdown. They took one away from him too. We've spent a lot more time than we should about the Giants.
Jalen Hurts MVP still alive.
I was in my notes.
Still alive, bro.
From the moment we said that MVP is done and Offensive Player of the Year is going to be the one that carries us, it's been a complete shift. Jalen Hurts, you ready for this? He is, right now, 15 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. He's the only quarterback prior to this Monday Night Football game. I don't know exactly what Mahomes did, but the only quarterback to account for more than 20 touchdowns this year. They are 6-2. They are top of their division. Seems like they're going to be pulling away more and more. They have a dominant 3.5 game lead on the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know what to make of Philly. They didn't have A.J. Brown, and it looked like the offense played immaculate, moving the ball up and down. Devontae Smith seemed to be the only active wide receiver, and the Giants couldn't do anything to stop him. He had 179 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns against the New York Giants. In his last 4 games, he has 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. And, you know, we had said as a joke when it was happening, like, yo, they need to run the table kind of thing. And, you know, they lose to the Giants when they did, and they lost to the Broncos. Those back-to-back games. But after that Giants game, he was 90-1 to win MVP. Now he's 20. Better number than what we betted at 25-1. So if they continue to air it out and now Barkley got hurt, he pulled his groin, I just think it's in play, which is nice.
Agreed.
You know, have a little hope.
Yeah. I mean, the 4 it's a stat-driven and win-driven, you know, award when it comes to Jalen Hurts this year. And we are going to spread the propaganda heavy. And these I would literally say, if you're not ready for it in December, like, it is going to be a barrage of Jalen Hurts MVP graphics, posters. I'm going to be posting them around the studio. I'm going to be handing out flyers to everybody I know, just so that way the world knows he's got to win the award. That's all I got from the Eagles.
What other game you want to talk about?
We talked about the Saints. Oh, the Cowboys. You predicted the Cowboys' demise perfectly.
Yeah.
I've never seen a team give up more big runs than the Cowboys. It is laughable. How is this an NFL defense? And I'll say it like this, bro. Defense is effort. And when you see people loafing around, not sprinting to the ball, taking shit angles, not being physical, able to get off a block, there's nobody on that defense that is showing that they are worth the amount that they are getting paid. And that's unfortunate, but it's the reality. And Jerry Jones has to live with it, knowing that Mike is going and doing his thing right now. I still think it was the right decision. But this defense is so bad. They're going to start setting some worst in NFL history type stats if this defense progresses the way it is.
Yeah, there's a couple of things here. The Cowboys plus 3.5 was the toxic one, bet of the week. Picks went 4-1. There was no way you could bet the Cowboys in that spot. I think Denver is still on my fraud list. I don't know. There's something about you, I don't know. I think it's Bo Nix. Bo Nix one day is going to sign for $300 million. And that contract is going to get torn apart the way Dax did, the way Tua's did, the way Brock Purdy's did. It's just like, yo, what does he do that's fucking spectacular? He should have an extra 12 touchdowns this year. He just can't throw a deep ball. He just misses guys by and it's constant. You know, like when he did it week 1, you're like, yeah, it's the first game. Yeah, but it's been the same thing, man. He just misses
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Even last year when I was defending him, I was like, this is why I'm defending him.
Yeah.
Because you have an offense that is not afraid to extend the field. And that is a huge portion of what the Broncos like to do. The thing that frustrates the shit out of me with the Broncos is like, how long do we have to go into a game before you start realizing that Courtland Sutton needs to get involved? Courtland Sutton is, in my opinion, the best receiver that the Broncos have. And it just is like Bo Nix is allergic to throw it to him until it's too late into the game. But once he does get going, it's like Courtland Sutton 6 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's so annoying to watch.
Yeah. Courtland Sutton did have a really, really bad drop in the end zone where it was wide open for a touchdown. And I vividly remember it because I had an afternoon slate anytime parlay that missed because of Courtland Sutton. And I'm one of those guys that I think my $50 investment in the sports betting community is the reason why he dropped that pass. You know, I'm one of those guys. But the Cowboys defense and just the Cowboys in general, them, Atlanta, Miami. I was going to say Indy, but I stopped myself.
Texans,
way better at home. Carolina Panthers, even though they got their shit punched in. With Bryce Young, at least, way better at home. The Dallas Cowboys, when they leave Jerry World, can barely crack 20 points. In Jerry World, all of their games, they've dropped 40. Literally 40 points. The Giants, the Packers game in overtime, and they dropped like 43 or 44 against the Commanders, right? But when they leave that place, they're catastrophic. I'll tell you this, early Monday winner, for all these reasons, they play the Cardinals at home. They're 3-point favorites. Dallas is going to bounce back lovely. Borderline, trust me. All right,
Wow.
you know, trust me is we got a reputation to uphold.
That's crazy.
But again, they're a team at home. I love them at home. They'll put up 40 on anybody. Dude, Dak looked awful. But it's just that when they don't play at home, it's a way different team, man. It's a way different team. The Cowboys are going to be, to use the NBA term, they're a league pass team, right? Like, they're a Sunday ticket team. If they're playing at home and you want to just have fireworks, you want to take an over, take the over there. It's going to be lit, but they got to play at home. So that's why. And I knew it right away. Denver coming off an emotional win, comeback win against the Giants. They're going to be at home. Dallas is coming off a blowout. They're going to go outdoors. Everybody was betting the Cowboys. No way, Jose. It was the Broncos. It was always the Broncos. So, yeah, that was kind of my thing. And let me just read you the Broncos schedule so far, right? So they beat the Titans, lost to the Colts on probably the worst call of the year, the leverage play, right? So I'll give them a pass. They lose to the Chargers. They beat the shit out the Bengals. They come back and they beat the Eagles. Barely squeak by the Jets. All-time, one-of-a-kind, never happened in the history of the game comeback against the Giants. And then they beat the Cowboys. This week, they play in Houston. Patrick Surtain is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Massive loss. Massive loss. And then they got home to the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. Then they got home to Kansas City, at Commanders, in Vegas against Denver. The reason why I stopped there is those are the games without Patrick Surtain. And if you look at the schedule, you're like, not really going to need him in these matchups.
Facts.
Yeah, obviously Kansas City you will, but they'll be at home. So, yeah, I just feel like I need to see more. I don't know.
It's giving, they're going to lose by 35 points in the first round of the playoffs.
I don't know about first round, but you know who they're kind of reminding me of? The Commanders from last year.
So you think they're capable of making a run? I just think that it's going to be one of those situations
when they
where
crash out,
it's
an alternate spread game that they crash out on.
Yeah.
It's like the other team's going to win by 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
That's how I feel about Denver. Also, how I kind of feel about New England. That's a nice little segue there. Drake Maye, third favorite to win MVP. You a Drake Maye fan?
Huge Drake Maye fan. Huge.
I hope Jaxson Dart can watch Drake Maye from last year and then this year and be like, that's what I need to do. Because Drake Maye was getting fucking smoked last year. And now he got a competent coach. They got a competent quarterback. They made some good moves on offense. They haven't even unleashed Henderson yet. I mean, they kind of did this week. Was like the first time we're like, oh, he got 10 carries. Nice. Kamara 2.0. I see it now. Or Stephon Diggs. Interesting comeback player of the year. He's 30-1. You know, he scored a touchdown again. He's their number 1 wide receiver. He's super accurate with passes 20 yards downfield. Like him and Bo Nix, same draft class, bro. And Drake Maye is 22. Like, he's dropping dimes deep downfield where Bo Nix is missing people. How you feel about Drake Maye?
I love Drake Maye. I think that this Patriots offense, like, bro, they're right there comparable to what we were seeing with Brady towards the end, where they're making the Keyshawn Booties of the world a hell of a lot of money in the coming years. Like, this offense is producing, and I think the coolest thing about Drake Maye is he's not a rah-rah flashy guy. Like, no swag whatsoever. Looks like Justin Herbert when he first entered the league, you know, where it took Justin 4 years to start banging supermodels and wearing baggy jeans at Laker games.
Bro, you're right? A 6'6" quarterback, $250 million in LA. What are we? Yeah.
Drake Maye needs to embrace just a little bit of that once he goes to the Celtic games. I mean, maybe not this year. The Celtics are so bad. Maybe no Celtic games. Let's go to a Bruins game. It'll be way more well received there, Drake. So that's the part that I really think I can trust a little bit more in it, because he doesn't need the extra to get motivated. And with a Jaxson Dart, I'm going to use him as prime example. The extras are what sets him apart and what makes him extremely special. But if you need to rely on that and your swagger, like if I can read you, right, and I know that you're a hyped up swaggy player, and then you go out and it's 3 and out interception, and you go to the sideline and you start moping like a little fucking pussy. I hate when quarterbacks do that. Pick your fucking head up. Drake Maye, stone cold assassin.
Eli Manning swag.
Just,
Not too high, not too low.
right there in the middle.
Throw a devastating pick six. Oh shucks. Darn it.
I'm coming back next drive, you know?
Yeah.
Like so that is I think that would be called moxie.
Yeah,
He's
I like
got
that.
moxie.
You know what else? I like my starting quarterback. You know what I want him to be? A fucking loser and a nerd. And I mean that with the utmost respect. I want
Little
you.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I want you in the playbook. I want you first man in, last man out. You love football. You're off time. You're watching more film. Like, that's what I need if you're making $300 million. And I like that.
Can I add this in with the first man in, last man out?
Yeah.
First man in, last man out, and nobody knows. This isn't something that you're like, oh look, I was first today. By the way, Cam Ward, you did that shit. Let's keep it a buck. All right. Let's keep it a buck. You want to make it known that you fucking work extra hard.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you are supposed to.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that you're first in, last out. You love ball.
Bro, I love what you just said, because I be thinking about that sometimes when I'm like surfing on the internet and I'm trying to slide into DMs and girls want pats on the back for being average adults. Like, I have a job and I pay my bills. Like, yeah, pay your bills. Pay your bills.
Oh, my
like, what
God.
are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are we doing?